Okay, I think we're good to go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is Kathy, and my name is Eula, and we work in the marketing product department of Cruise Express. We're very excited to welcome Lauren from Cunard today, who's going to be telling us a whole lot of information about Queen Anne, their new ship. We're very excited to hear all about it, and we hope you are too. How this will work is Lauren will do a presentation, and if you have any questions in mind, you can keep them till the end, put them in the chat, or we'll open up the floor after the presentation for everyone. All right, Lauren, go ahead, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day today to listen to me talk about our newest ship, Queen Anne. So excited. We've got lots to share. And yeah, like Eula mentioned at the end, please save your questions. And we also have some exciting offers at the very end and some information on some exciting itineraries that Cruise Express have put together too. So I'm going to jump right into it just because we do have a lot to cover. And then, yeah, we'll begin with the video and go through some accommodation as well as dining and entertainment, and of course, where Queen Anne is sailing. So Queen Anne joins our fleet of 3 to become 4. She's our newest ship in almost 12 years, and she is also our 249th ship in our entire history. Cunard has a very strong and unique history, ocean sailing, and whilst Queen Anne most definitely honours our history and our iconic past, our Art Deco on board, she is also a ship that is built for the future. And you will be able to see this as we go through the presentation today, with a lot of her decor and new exciting venues on board, as well as some of the really fun and inspiring partnerships that we have in different areas of the ship. So a quick little overview of Queen Anne. She is our largest in fleet with just under 3,000 guest capacity on board. She is just over 300 meters in length and she has 14 decks across her. We have quite a few pools across the ship, 2 main pools with 5 whirlpools. And then in our grills area, which we will talk about a bit later, she also has a new addition, which are 2 infinity whirlpools. We have a lot of dining venues on offer. We'll also go through this, and we'll go through every stateroom category type that you are able to sail in, as well as a lot of the other venues throughout her, including a few unique ones on the games deck, and she has an outdoor cinema screen as well. So with accommodation on board Queen Anne, she follows the same concept that we have across the rest of our fleet. We have our Britannia inside staterooms, ocean views, and balconies. We then have our club balcony stateroom type, which has a matching restaurant, the club balcony Britannia. And then we also have our Princess Grill and our Queen's Grill, part of our grill suites offering. And they also have their respective restaurants, the Queen's Grill restaurant and the Princess Grill restaurant. So we'll take a dive into what these accommodation types look like so you get a feel of how large the staterooms are, what amenities are included, and what to expect. So we'll begin with our inside staterooms. As you can see, quite spacious for an inside. We have our bathroom with shower screen, vanity, our full Penhaligon toiletry suite, and then, of course, your robe and desk for getting ready each evening, especially for those gala evenings. Here is a real image for you to get a better idea of what the inside stateroom looks like. And whilst there is no natural light, one thing that I really love is how light it still feels inside, and especially great for when you're getting ready and putting on makeup or preparing for our beautiful gala evenings. You'll see off to the right there, that is the bathroom and the wardrobe. This is a quick look at the bathroom, a bit of a close in, so you don't quite see how large it is, but as you can see on the left, we have our Penhaligon's toiletries and then all the amenities on the right. We next have our ocean view, and very excitingly for Queen Anne, she actually has a new ocean view type. So this is our standard ocean view, quite similar to our insides, however, just a little bit larger with the lounge area, as well as that porthole style window. If you look at this next floor plan, you'll see this is our new stateroom type for Queen Anne, which is a deluxe ocean view. The bathroom, you can see on the left there, the shower, should I say, sorry, and then the vanity is also separate to the toilet and second vanity. So a little bit more spacious overall, and a bit of a longer wardrobe as well for you to pack all those extra beautiful ball gowns and suits. This is a look at the real life photography, so you also get a feel of the stateroom. You'll see over to the left a bit of a larger powder style desk area, as well as the coffee and tea facilities with the lounge on the right. Next, we have our Britannia balcony. So quite similar again, but then of course you have that beautiful deck space for the fresh air every day. All our balcony rooms have the glass front balcony as well. And you'll see the lounge as well as desk and tea and coffee facilities. Here's another look at the inside with those expansive doorways, giving all the natural light into your stateroom. Another thing to note on the left, you can't quite see it in this image, but there is also the mini bar. So every stateroom on board our fleet for Cunard, you receive a welcome bubbly. So this will be a bottle of sparkling that is kept in your bar. So don't forget, if you are booking a future voyage, to make sure you look in there on embarkation so you can pop the bubbles to celebrate the trip you have to come. So I will note that both the Britannia balcony and Britannia Club balcony stateroom types are quite similar in this layout. The Britannia Club balcony stateroom types will be larger in size, but the main point of difference is that Britannia Club balcony stateroom types do then have a more intimate dining space in that Britannia Club balcony restaurant. This is a look at that glass front balcony as well. So next up, we have our grill suites. So the first category type for our grill suites is the Princess Grill. Again, you can see much larger stateroom, similar layout, more storage, larger deck space. We also have, on the left there, you can see the bathroom. Queen Anne does not have any baths in her Princess Grill stateroom type, but she does have that separate shower. Across our current fleet, so Queen Mary II, Queen Elizabeth, and Queen Victoria, a lot of our Princess Grill suites will have a bath. However, the shower will be over the bath. So that's a slight difference with our Queen Anne staterooms for Princess Grill. I'll give you a nice look at how beautiful the Princess Grill stateroom is in person. Again, you can see there that is your area for the mini bar and the coffee and tea facilities, and for our Princess Grill guests, as well as our Britannia Club balcony and Queen's Grill guests, you do have an espresso pod machine instead of the usual kettle with your tea and coffee facilities. Okay, and then I believe, yeah, we have a different view just so you get an idea of how much more space there is in that lounge area for our Princess Grill stateroom types. All Princess Grill staterooms do also receive champagne on arrival. and that is all inclusive. And then I think I have a bathroom, picture as well. So it gives a bit of an idea on the differences. You have your separate kind of a bit more set off in its own space within. Of course, we have our Penhaligon's toiletry suite, and out of picture, of course, is the toilet. And then moving on to our Queen's Grill category types. So across the fleet, this is our top suite selection. We have quite a few categories within, so I will show you a few of those differences. We do start from Q6 all the way up to Q1, with Q1 being our topmost suite. As you can see, again, a lot of space. You can have your walk-in wardrobe, you have your bath separate to your shower, large marble floor to ceiling with vanities, a more separated toilet from where your bath and shower is. It's important to note as well for Queen's Grill, I'll see if we have a picture here. Yeah, a little bit more information for you, but with our bars in our Queen's Grill category types, you do have inclusive beverages. So every stateroom will have 2 full-sized bottles of alcohol, whether you choose wine or spirits, and that is replenished throughout your voyage. You also see on the table there in the center, you of course are greeted by a bottle of champagne to celebrate your embarkation and your holiday to come. And then I think we're moving on to a Q4 type. So again, a little bit different of layout, but you have here a separate toilet to your main bathroom. You have that expansive wardrobe, separate living area, and of course, a much larger deck. You have 2, including the recliner lounge chairs too. So another really great aspect of our Queen's Grill offering is that you have canapes come every evening, pre-dinner canapes. You also have a dedicated butler who looks after you for your entire trip. They're there to help you with any need, whether that be packing or shoe shining or hosting your friends or family who you're traveling with, to have some canapes and pre-dinner drinks in your stateroom. This is another look at the Q4 stateroom, so you get a look to see how large it is and how much space you have for hosting friends and family. You also see on the right there, we have the espresso pod coffee machine within. And now I've jumped up to Q2. So this is our second most Queen's Grill category type. And again, a lot larger. We have our separate dining space. We have 2 bathroom spaces, a lot of wardrobe space, an expansive deck. And yeah, just a great area for you to relax in for your voyage, or to be hosting family and friends who you may be traveling with. And of course, there is a bath in the bathroom as well. Give you a look at the inside. So this is the bedroom, and as you know, it is separate to the other areas, including the living and dining. Some really beautiful features throughout, Art Deco touches, beautiful velvet pillows, velvet chairs, lots of storage, lots of natural light. We then have the living area. So this is still the Q2 stateroom. It's separate. And then off to the back left, you can also see the bar area set up for you, working station and getting ready area on the right. And then our Q2 and Q1 staterooms also come with a telescope. So if you happen to be sailing in beautiful destinations or whale watching, you can get a closer look up with that. We then have the bathroom, which is just beautiful. Again, the floor to ceiling marble, the separate bath, the vanity, and then the toilet and shower being separate too. And finally, we have the Q1 stateroom. So I think for anyone living in an apartment, this is bigger than most of apartments you can definitely find in Sydney, that's for sure too. It's just really, really beautiful. Great space for hosting friends and family, for relaxing, for looking out the window as the ocean goes by. You have your entryway, as you can see there, separate dining area. You have a separate area for your butler to be able to prepare any canapes or drinks that you may like to have before dinner or throughout your voyage. You have the separate walk-in wardrobe, separate bedroom, and of course, separate bathroom. And my favorite, you can see over there on the left, is that we do have the bath with a window out to the ocean. So you can have a bath and just watch the ocean go by. So this is a closer look into some of the photography we have for this stateroom type. Beautiful gold touches, Art Deco, velvet, a lot of artwork as well, you will notice throughout. This is the living room, of course, with the bar at the back. A few sculptures, relaxing chairs, and entryway to the deck as well. And this is that bathroom with the window looking out to the deck and ocean. As I mentioned, double vanity for getting ready every evening. And of course, our Penhaligon's toiletry suite too. So I will move on to Queen Anne's dining options now. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a really expansive range of dining when you are on board Queen Anne. So with Queen Anne being our largest ship, she has more space for these incredible venues, and I'll take you through each of those. If you see here, we have our main dining concept and then our alternative dining as well. So I'll take you through main dining first. This is an overview of our Britannia restaurant to begin. So anyone who is booked into an inside, an ocean view, or a balcony stateroom type will dine in this restaurant. You're able to pick either open dining, so that means dine when you choose, or you can choose an early sitting or a late sitting. So this is split across the 2 levels, and there's a beautiful spiral staircase. I think you can see it up there on the left to join the 2 decks. We then have our Britannia Club restaurant, another really beautiful space with all of those nods to our Art Deco and Cunard heritage throughout, beautiful gold touches and fabric chairs. We have our chinaware, signature to Cunard and designed especially for Queen Anne. Some really nice touches. This restaurant is for all guests who are booked into a Britannia Club stateroom type. So a bit more of an intimate space than the Britannia restaurant itself. We then have our beautiful Princess Grill restaurant. So similar concept, anyone who has booked into a Princess Grill restaurant will then dine in their main dining here as well. For our Britannia Club, our Princess Grill and our Queen's Grill restaurants, you don't need to choose a dining time because you will have the same table and the same servers every evening in the same spot. So anytime between 6 and 9 p.m, you can dine as you please, and they will be there waiting for you. Next look is at our Queen's Grill restaurant, and this is our most intimate restaurant on board with the smallest number of people dining here. As you can see, yeah, really intimate space, beautiful gold touches, that teal colorway throughout. Again, our signature bone china that has been designed especially for the Queen's Grill restaurant. And the menu here is very, very expansive. And you can also ask for your own individual dishes. Say you feel like lobster that day, you can have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So yeah, a really lovely space and a beautiful menu and wine pairings to match. So moving on to our other dining options. We have here our Artisans Food Hall. For those of you who have travelled on board before, you may know this area on Queen Mary 2 as the King's Court, or on Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria as our Lido restaurant. So this is where you can have your buffet style meals, come breakfast, lunch and dinner, as well as late at night. A wealth of selection, beautiful nutritious foods, lovely breads, all cuisines, roast dinners, curries, anything you can really think of. And of course, we have our section for special dietary requirements as well, like vegetarian or gluten-free. The introduction for Queen Anne is really exciting for what else is on offer for dining. She actually has 4 new venues on board that the rest of our fleet does not currently have. We have the Sir Samuel's Steakhouse, Tremonto, Ajiwa, and Aranya. Before I take you through them, I will just play a quick video where we have Michelle Roux, who we have partnered with for our Queen Anne launch. He will talk you through each of these concepts. So there he is there, and I will play the video now.
Queen Anne's alternative dining offering is really exciting, and I am thrilled to be part of it. There's a fantastic world of dining experiences to explore, all with one common thread. Wonderful ingredients, lovingly prepared, food to create memories. I'll be curating some fabulous dishes for the Golden Lion Pub, a rustic yet refined reimagining of great pub classics. Can't wait to share them with you. But if it's not pub fare you're after, there's a whole host of other offerings, and I look forward to discovering them too. Tremonto will be offering a taste of the Mediterranean, simple, fresh, and sun-soaked flavors. Sushi and sake will be on offer at Ajiwa, a fresh take on Japanese cuisine and a first for Cunard. Sir Samuel's is a culinary coupling of land and sea. Expect signature steaks and fruits de mer platters. And for a journey through the spice regions of India, Aranya promises to bring layers of colour and vibrancy. I can't wait to sample all that's on offer and to share my plans with you, but most of all, to welcome you on board.
So yeah, some really, really exciting venues that Queen Anne has to offer that we don't have across the rest of our fleet. So beginning with Sir Samuel's restaurant, the Steakhouse. This is quite a similar concept to our veranda at the Steakhouse if you have been on board Queen Elizabeth or Queen Victoria or Queen Mary II before. As you can see, set right up against the ocean, so you have ocean views as you dine. Think steaks and steak tartare and oysters and the fruits de mer, as mentioned. This is a cover charge venue, so you're able to book via My Cunard, which is our booking management portal, or you can book on board. We do have a slight discount if booked pre-cruise via My Cunard, however, and you can dine in this restaurant both lunch and dinner. This is a little close-up look at some of the menu items, that beautiful bread and steak there. We then have our Tremonto restaurant. So as mentioned, this is our Mediterranean-inspired menu. Beautiful bright space, and it also opens out onto the deck. So when weather permits, you are able to dine al fresco. This venue also attracts a cover charge, and I will move on to some of the menu items because, as you can imagine, there's just some beautiful cheeses, pastas, really rich, beautiful olive oil dishes, fresh seafood, fish, all of it. And a great thing with My Cunard as well is that when you go to book or to read more about each venue within that portal, there is also the ability to see a sample menu, which is really helpful. So you can see each individual item to help you make your decision of when you may want to book. We then have Ajiwa Restaurant Japanese. This is the newest concept to our Cunard fleet. We have both the sushi bar as well as the a la carte menu dining, again with ocean views, beautiful menu that has been curated, sake, you have all your wasabi inspired dishes, your sashimi, wagyu beef, all really, really nutrient and fresh ingredients used to create a perfect Japanese menu, whether that be at the sushi bar or both for the a la carte menu. We then have Aranya, our Indian-inspired menu, again with those ocean views, just a beautiful space to dine in, come lunch and dinner. A few shows of what is on offer with your curries and your appetizers. And then, of course, I can't talk about our alternative dining offering without talking about the Golden Lion pub. So as mentioned, we have partnered with Michelle Roux to design an additional menu for the Golden Lion pub specifically. This portion of the menu does attract some a la carte prices. However, if you're familiar with our current fleet or you've travelled with Cunard before, you'll know that the main menu offerings for our Golden Lion pub is all inclusive for lunch and dinner. This is also our casual dining venue come day and night. There'll be sports on the TV sometimes, there'll be dart competitions, there'll be trivia, and then, of course, our wonderful Irish folk duos and live music guitarists come evening. So when we have our beautiful gala evenings, if you don't feel like dressing up that day, you definitely don't have to. And the Golden Lion pub is one of those venues that you can then be in at your leisure and dine come evening too. So moving on to our other spaces on board, and especially our iconic spaces for our Cunard fleet. Whilst we do have a number of venues that are new to Cunard with Queen Anne, we also have our iconic loved venues too. So with our Grand Lobby, if you're familiar with our other ships, you will know this is a real epitome of how modern Queen Anne is, while still having subtle nods to our Art Deco that we have across our other fleet. This is a grand lobby that expands across 3 deck levels, and off to the right and to the left and below, quite a few venues roll into this space. So whilst you're enjoying a nice drink at the chart room, you can still hear the beautiful piano being played across the way. You can hear the buzz and the atmosphere of everyone going about their day. And yeah, really get a feel for what is truly the heart of the ship. This is also quite the grand entrance, as this is where you will be embarking when boarding Queen Anne. Next, we of course have our Queen's Room. We don't have a Cunard ship without our Queen's Room, another hub of the ship, a beautiful space spanning across 2 decks. Come day, there will be countless activities, live music, dancing lessons, chair aerobics, anything that you can think of. We have the stage set up for our big band performances and our violinists and string trios. This is also where our beautiful afternoon teas are held every afternoon, should I say, at 3:30 p.m. And this is truly also where our gala evenings come to life. And a really fun addition for Queen Anne, which we haven't had across the other fleet, is that in the Queen's Room, we actually have aerial performances as well. So really bringing in that Cirque-style entertainment to liven up the evening and bring a little bit extra sense of occasion to our gala evenings as well. Off to the right, you can see that we have a bar in the Queen's Room for Queen Anne. So this is a new addition for our fleet as well. So this is a dedicated bar for you to spend your time here, come evening, pre-dinner, the perfect spot for a cocktail. Of course, I have to make mention of a few of our other spaces. So we do have a kids zone on board. This is the same across our full fleet. So if you're traveling with family, there's a dedicated space for all ages up to about 17 years old, with there being a more nursery style venue, a kids zone, and then of course our teen zone as well, as you can see on the right. Here's a quick look at a few of our other venues too. Like I mentioned, we have the drawing room, which does roll onto the grand lobby. The games room also does. Perfect place for playing cards. Our library with, I think we have over 2,700 books on board our library, with a dedicated librarian to help you choose the perfect read while you sail away. We then have our casino space as well, 1840, that one is called. We then have our grand lobby retail spaces as well. So similar to the card room and the chart room, these also roll onto our grand lobby area. Really bright, beautiful space with dedicated assistants from the retail shop assistants, everything that you find on our current fleet, as well as dedicated Queen Anne merch, which we love and have built up for Queen Anne's launch. We then also have our other bar spaces on board. So we have our Corinthia Lounge. You can eat in this venue, inclusive of the fare, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a more limited menu. We then have our Wellness Cafe, which is a new addition to Queen Anne, also inclusive, our chart room, and then, of course, our famous Commodore Club. So across our fleet, the Commodore Club on Queen Anne is actually our largest. So really great space where live music is every evening. You can have a really beautiful martini here, or a cocktail that has been themed across from our past Commodores on board. Now, I want to introduce to you our entertainment offering. So really exciting with Queen Anne. We, of course, have our West End style shows in the Royal Court Theatre, but we also have a really exciting venue that we don't have on our other ships, and that is the Bright Light Society. This is a bit better look at what that venue looks like. So this venue is a really intimate space, and it's an experience that immerses all of your senses, whether that be smell, touch, taste, sound, sight. It is all included in the shows that we have here. Think of it as like a show bar. You have your burlesque, and it is also a fully hosted experience with dedicated entertainment performance group who deliver different shows throughout your voyage. We have every evening 2 sessions that you are able to book onto whilst you are on board. This space is not bookable pre-cruise, as there is no fare that is attracted or price associated with attending the evening performances. So yeah, just a really exciting venue, and a nice nod to our heritage as well, with all of the beautiful lights on the ceiling, just kind of recognizing that Cunard was the first to bring electricity to ocean travel. We then have our firm favourite, the Royal Court Theatre. This theatre is 2 decks high, and it has the ability to have over 830 guests in there at one time. This is where you have your West End style shows and our Royal Court Theatre performances every evening, 2 sessions each evening. And then throughout the day, this is where you will be able to attend our wonderful Insights program as well. So this is a look at some of our theatre collaborations that have been curated especially for Queen Anne. We have a take on the brief encounter that is showing throughout the maiden season. And then we also have a very exciting Pride and Prejudice sort of theatre performance, which I just cannot wait to see myself. And next, we can't talk about our ship that we have built for the future without having a look at what our wellness offering is on board. So we have actually partnered with Harper's Bazaar to provide a Harper's Bazaar Wellness at Sea program. So this not only complements our current offering in our Marille Spa, but there are 3 dedicated packages that Harper's Bazaar have put together especially for Queen Anne. And you are able to purchase those. They all theme on either detox, energize, or relaxing. Really beautiful packages. I have a video which gives you a little bit more information here.
I'm so delighted to introduce the Harper's Bazaar UK Wellness at Sea programme aboard Cunard's Queen Anne. We've carefully created 3 luxurious spa packages designed especially for you. Each programme features a bespoke blend of spa treatments, special nutritionally balanced menus from the Pavilion Wellness Cafe, and a selection of indulgent LMS products. Whether you want to boost your energy, learn how to relax, or truly detox your overstressed system, there is a programme for you. We can't wait to welcome you on board.
Yeah, so really exciting packages. They include smoothies from our wellness cafe. They include Pilates packages, massages, hair treatments, acupuncture, a really great selection that's been bundled together to make sure that you can detox, you can energize, and you can relax. So here is a few more images of our Maril Spa that we have on board, some really perfectly curated spaces especially with our therapy suite. So we have the bottom left is one that I will definitely be spending time in, our sauna, and we also have red light therapy sauna too. This is an additional space on board that is also new to Queen Anne that we don't have across the rest of the fleet. This is our wellness studio. It's a really beautiful space. And as you can see at the top there, a retractable roof as well. So sunrise to sunset, this is our wellness hub. Think Pilates and yoga and stretch classes and even ballroom dancing classes. So just imagine sailing into the sunset. And if you love your ballroom dancing, I think dancing away whilst viewing that sunset across the ocean, just perfect. And then here's a little look at what our wellness cafe includes. As I mentioned, it's a new dining concept and it's included in the fare. So come breakfast, lunch and afternoon, you can eat some really nutritious menu items, fresh ingredients, and yeah, just we all need a little bit of health balance when we're traveling, and Queen Anne definitely delivers that with the wellness cafe options, all inclusive. Another exciting partnership in our wellness world is that we have a games deck, and both Pickleball England and Archery GB have partnered with us to provide that on board. So it is actually the first time any cruise line or ship at sea has been providing guests the opportunity to do a bit of archery as well as pickleball, which you can find on other cruise lines, but just really gives you a wealth of choice when it comes to how you want to spend your time on board, and especially those sea days when you want to get a little bit more activity in but have fun while doing it. I'll go through a few of the outdoor spaces. We are running out of time, but I do want to show you them because they are quite beautiful. On board Queen Anne, we have the pavilion pool. This is at the center of the ship, and as you can see at the back there, we also have our large screen. So come day, you lay by the pool, spend some time in those whirlpools off to the bottom right, and then come evening, you can snuggle up and watch a movie. We have actually partnered with BFI, the British Film Institute, to deliver a really great program of cinema to Queen Anne across her sailings. And we will also have fresh popcorn that you can eat while snuggling up and watching that film every evening. This is a look at our panorama pool. Excuse me. This is at the aft deck, and this is the area that our Mediterranean Tramonto restaurant sort of rolls onto for our fresco dining. A really beautiful space, a large pool with 2 whirlpools there as well. You have live music and DJs, a really great bar and cocktail menu offering, and just a great space to be relaxing. Another outdoor space that I wanted to show you is our grills terrace. So this area is exclusive to our Princess Grills and Queen's Grills stateroom types. So off to the right there, you can see that we have that infinity whirlpool. So that's a new addition to our fleet. Our other ships do not currently have any whirlpools or pools on the grills terrace. So we're really excited about that. We've also got a few buttons placed around this deck area, so you can push the button for service. It's fully serviceable throughout the day, and some really great shady areas too, so that you're making sure you're not getting burnt while you are laying out in the beautiful sun. Complementary to the Grills Terrace, our Grills guests also have access to the Grills Lounge. So this is the area that rolls out from our Princess Grill and Queen's Grill restaurants. There is a dedicated bar there, as well as a dedicated concierge, so that any need can be met for those Grills guests, and you do not have to go to the purser's desk for any of your shore excursion bookings or dining bookings and so on. You can make use of the concierge in the Grills Lounge. We've also got a beautiful maple tree, which is a new addition. Just think it makes the space really light and fresh. Finally, I've just got a little bit of information about our shore excursion program, because with Queen Anne, we have introduced 50 new shore excursions across her itineraries. I've got a little video to show you about that. So where does Queen Anne sail? Because that, of course, is extremely important too. So Queen Anne is based out of the Northern Hemisphere to begin. She did only just launch on the 3rd of May. So she is in that maiden season where she will be carrying out a lot of itineraries from Southampton to the Norwegian fjords, to the Mediterranean, British Isles, Iceland. And then next year, we will have a world voyage itinerary program, which I will go through as well. This is a very top line level of all of the destinations she visits, whether you're looking to go to Iceland or to the Mediterranean, a Canary Islands trip out of Southampton. And then this also encompasses those world voyages that she will be doing both in January to April next year, as well as in 2026, which we are so excited about. One of the really great itineraries and packages that Cruise Express have actually put together with Queen Anne for our British Isles is a 20-night package. So you can currently book that through Cruise Express. They have flights included, transfers, accommodation, some London sightseeing, and it's so a 20-night package with a 14-night cruise on board beautiful Queen Anne, departing in May next year. If you have any questions about this, you definitely ask them in our question time, but Cruise Express have all the information you need as well if you reach out to them after this today. Now we have a quick overlook at our maiden round world voyage. So like I mentioned, so exciting. Queen Anne will be coming to Australia early next year as part of this maiden round world voyage. We've got quite a few sectors throughout that can be broken down, so you don't have to dedicate the full 107-night voyage if you don't have that time. We have quite a few itineraries from San Francisco to Sydney, Auckland to Sydney, Sydney to Hong Kong, as well as Sydney to Singapore if you are looking to start or end in Australia. We, of course, have our half-round world voyages, which are about 52 nights from Sydney to Southampton or Southampton to Sydney, as well as all the other sectors that are available throughout. In 2026, Queen Anne will also be visiting Australia again, where she will then do almost a perfect circumnavigation of Australia, coming up north and then around to Perth. You can actually do this entire round world voyage from Fremantle, so Fremantle to Fremantle, which is something different for us. But of course, you can do those Southampton to Sydney, Sydney to Southampton too. One really exciting aspect of this round world voyage in 2026 is that it does allow you to do a completely domestic trip within Australia. So we don't have this in our 2025 round world voyage, but we do for our 2026. You can sail from Sydney to Perth. It is a 9-night voyage, and you'll visit both Melbourne and Adelaide along the way. Cruise Express are definitely able to put together a trip for you for this voyage. We have a special offer that I'll put a bit more detail about in the next slide. But if you book within the next 7 days, you can have a 50% reduced deposit, and then you will also receive from 105 USD per person onboard credit to spend across those 9 nights. So yeah, this sector is quite popular as it is our only fully domestic Australian itinerary come 2026. So I do suggest if you are thinking about sailing on board Queen Anne in 2026 that you get this booked sooner rather than later, because it is really, really popular with our Australians who love Cunard so much. So this is just a quick summary of what Cruise Express have on offer for you over the next 7 days as well as beyond. This offer is for selected itineraries. You can book, you get a 50% reduced deposit, on board $50 per person, and then select itineraries, for example, like that previous one, Sydney to Fremantle, will have additional onboard credit on top of that. So yeah, make sure you contact Cruise Express with which itinerary you are interested in, because whilst obviously we would love you to sail with Queen Anne, this offer actually extends across our other ships as well. And then I think that is everything from me. If we have a little bit of time, we can definitely go through questions that you may have. But yeah, for a few bits and pieces, I'll definitely put together some more information that Cruise Express team, Kathy and Eula, can share with you all about Queen Anne and Cunard.
Super, Lauren. Thanks so much. That was super informative.
No worries.
Very, very exciting.
Wonderful.
An amazing ship.
Yes, we're so excited about her.
Definitely. Does anyone have any questions they want to ask Gus or Lauren at this stage?
You may have to unmute yourself if you do. I think it was a very thorough presentation, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's not many questions, but please just move along.
And of course, if you end up thinking of something later, please reach out to the Cruise Express team, because they can always get in contact with me and we can provide any more information that you may need about Queen Anne too.
Okay, perfect. Yes, and of course the onboard credit, that's applicable to like the alternative dining or the spa.
Yes, yeah. So you can use your onboard credit on board, of course. So it won't be usable in My Cunard pre-cruise, but whilst on board, yeah, you can use it for everything, including your drinks purchases on board if you want to have some really nice cocktails, your spa packages, your alternative dining. The only places that the onboard credit does not apply to is our medical purchases as well as the casino. Okay. So yes, so many options, so many things you can do with that additional spend.
Yeah, just need more time.
Exactly.
Book a long enough get through every single dining restaurant, venue, bar. It's just
exactly.
It's really lovely. I think for a long time, a lot of people have been very excited about, Queen Anne coming.
Yes, exactly. And I've seen her sort of come to life over the past 2.5 years with myself being with Cunard. And yeah, she's really been thought well to make sure that she is going to be a ship that we know and love for the next 30 plus years. She has everything that we love about Cunard currently, but then of course has those extra venues and that touch of modern decor and entertainment options and more to really refresh what Cunard looks like stepping into the future.
100%. You can see that. Actually, our managing director, Meg, she a couple of weeks ago, actually about 3 weeks ago now, she got to sail on Queen Anne in the UK. And
exactly.
She absolutely loved it. Yeah, I don't think I'll possibly be disappointed. So it's fresh, it's modern, it's
lots of colour. Lots of natural light. Yeah, a really beautiful ship. And we just can't wait to see her sailing into our waters. I think the end of February next year. So if you're based in Sydney, on the 28th of February, she will be pulled alongside the harbour bridge at our overseas passenger terminal overnight. So yeah, it'll be quite a spectacle.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look out, Vivid. Vivid won't know crowds until they see Queen Anne come in.
I know, exactly. The biggest queen will be in town. We're all so excited about it.
Fabulous. All right, Lauren. Well, if no one has any questions, we have recorded this, so we will upload it and send you reminder details about this terrific offer that we have. So feel free to watch it again, share it with people. For those that couldn't make it, obviously, this will be something that they could catch up on. So it's been absolutely wonderful. It's just delightful. You can hear it in your voice. It's
yeah. we're thrilled about her, and we all can't wait to sail on board her as well. So hopefully a few of you get the chance to do that, whether that's overseas or when she does reach our shores in the next 2 years.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
If you have any questions or you think of anything, please get in touch with our team.
Yes.
There's a whole range of cruise options on board Queen Anne that we can offer, and on board any other Cunard ship that we have available, both with packages and cruise-only options. There's a lot of choice. So please get in touch with us if you need to.
Yes. And I have put your phone number and website up there just in case, but information on the British Isles package is also on your website, I believe.
Yes.
And yeah, please reach out if you have any questions or you are ready to book.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Lauren.
you.
Thanks again.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye. Bye.